it's just absolute pandemonium. He is taking his time. He's signing autographs. He's taking selfies. Again, it speaks about the humility of the man. He is the people's captain. He is the man that people are calling for to become president of this country. And look at him, just taking his time, making sure that he meets as many of the fans as possible. This was the man yesterday who had to attend the wedding of his brother-in-law, who got married to world record holder and Olympic gold medalist Tatiana Schoonmaker, and he made sure that he made it back this morning. They whisked him into the hotel, and as he traveled along the streets of East London all the way to Mdantsane, Sia just got newfound energy, and he was up on top of that bus, on that open bus, with the trophy, and he kept on waving to the people. He was dancing. And this is a man who keeps on speaking about how he gets so much energy from the fans. He speaks about how the team itself keeps on getting energy from the fans. And here he is again, you know, how he does it, nobody knows. He keeps on smiling with the fans. He's taking selfies. He's laughing and smiling with them. He had time to even pick up babies and sign also, you know, sign their bibs. This is a man called Siya Kolisi, who comes from the dusty streets of Zwide, who has taken not only himself and his team, but this country to the top of the world. Not doing it only once, but doing it twice, back to back. First in Tokyo in 2019, and now in Paris in 2023. He continues to be South Africa's top ambassador. He's become now an icon, not just of South African sport or South African rugby and South African sport, but he is now an icon of South Africa. He is a man that keeps on flying the flag globally for this country. And look at him. Look at him. He's doing his best to try and make sure that he gives his time to the people. And the Springboks need to catch a flight back to Cape Town. And if I'm not mistaken, Siya Kolisi himself tomorrow is going to be taking off out of these shores and going to the United States of America, where he's got duties there with his agency, Rock Nation. And soon after that, he will have to come back and head straight to France to take up his duties with his new club, Racing Metro. So a busy man, but never too busy for the people of South Africa. So this is the end now of this tour, a 4-day tour trophy by the Springboks, as they go back to the people that have supported them so diligently over the last 4 years, the people that have fueled them to winning that World Cup out in Paris. They've kept on saying it is the messages that come from their fans that they were played on social media, you know, the videos that were sent to them that were being played and beamed on their screens at their hotel. And here he is, you know, the man is now taking his time to make sure he acknowledges as many of the fans as possible. There is giving them a bear hug. People are never going to forget this. The little kids, yeah, women who most of the time have not followed the game of rugby, who have fallen in love with it. You know, and this is Siya Kolisi. The humility with which he carries himself speaks volume of the man. And there is making sure that the selfies are just correct. He's trying to high-five as many of the fans as possible. And unfortunately, in the entire excitement, we're seeing these barriers are being pushed by the fans, because everyone is just trying to get a touch of this man called Siya Kolisi. The young man from Zwide, and there he is. This young man's life will change forever, because he touched the great Siyamthanda Kolisi. And his name says it all, Siyamthanda. Simthanda izolo, Siyamthanda namhlanje, Siyamthanda ngomso. We loved him yesterday, we love him today, and we'll love him tomorrow. Siya is now a man for the nation. He belongs to the people of South Africa. And here he is taking his time to acknowledge them, to hug them, to take pictures with them. He knows it no longer belongs to Rachel, it no longer belongs to his father and his late grandmother and his late mother. It no longer belongs to the township of Zwide or to the people of Gqeberha. It belongs to the people of South Africa. And we are grateful to Gqeberha, we're grateful to African Bombers, his club out in Zwide, which plays out of the Stadium. A stadium named after a great man who's seen as one of the forefathers of black rugby out in Gqeberha. And Sia comes from that. A man who was found by his teacher, Mr. Eric Songwe. Mr. Songwe made sure that Sia starts playing rugby and plays it at a level equal to those that were far more privileged than he was. It was Mr. Songwe again who made sure that Sia has an opportunity to go to one of the most prestigious schools in this country, which is Grey High School, assisted by Mr. Haidakis. And he got to Grey High School. He played first team rugby there for 2 years. In his first year of playing first team rugby, his team only lost one game, and that was to Grey College of Bloemfontein. Sia went on to play Craven Week for Eastern Province. There is a rumor that he had signed for the Cheetahs, was meant to go to the Cheetahs to play professional rugby, but through the intervention of Rassie Erasmus, Siam Tanda Kolisi was able to go down to Cape Town and join Western Province. And that's where his relationship began with Rassie Erasmus, because he got him and the likes of Peter Stef Tutoy, Eben Etzebeth, Frans Malherbe, and he made sure that those group of players grow together. From Western Province under 19, Western Province under 21, Sia made his debut for the Stormers, replacing the great Skalk Burger, a man that he had met on the fields of Grey when the Springboks had gone to train, if I'm not mistaken, in 2005 or 2006. And Sia owes a lot. He openly speaks about it to people like Skalk Burger, who was one of his heroes growing up. And it was poignant when he came on and replaced him on the field of play. And Sia went on to make his test debut a day before his birthday in Bombela in Nelspruit against Scotland. He got man of the match. He came on off the bench a few minutes in the game, replacing Arno Porter, who got injured. And in that game, he played along with his former team schoolmates, which was J.J. Serfontein, Jan Serfontein, sorry, and J.J. Engelbrecht. And it was there that Sia started to make his mark in the Springbok jersey. He went to the 2015 Rugby World Cup that was played out in England, didn't get many opportunities. And through his captaincy of the Stormers, a guy like Rassie Erasmus noticed him and made sure when he got into the job in 2018, he made the brave decision of making Sia the first black captain of the Springboks. In that, he said, it was not because Sia was black, it was because Sia was a leader and he believed in his leadership qualities and abilities. Little did he know that what he was doing, he was creating a South African icon. And Sia didn't let him down, because from there on, he led his team against England in his first series as captain at Ellis Park. And from there on, the team, from having come from behind, won that test series in 2 matches in Johannesburg and in Bloemfontein to seal the series. They went on again on the end of year tour. And prior to going on the end of year tour, they had gone to New Zealand and were able to conjure up a victory, a first victory for the Springboks in 9 years in New Zealand, and the first one in Wellington. The following year, the team drew again against the All Blacks in Wellington, and there was a lead up to the World Cup. It was a dress rehearsal for the World Cup, a World Cup that they knew that they would play in New Zealand in the first game of their pool stages. They lost that game. They went on to defy history by becoming the first team to win a World Cup after having lost a game in the pool stages. And that is where Sia Kolisi was elevated to the top tier, not just of the sport of rugby, but of global sport. He's become a global icon, being the first black man to hoist the William Webb Ellis Trophy, the World Cup that they call Bull. And it was through that victory, when they came back to South Africa, Sia again led the Springboks to a series victory against the British and Irish Lions, only becoming the second Springbok captain after John Smith to win a World Cup and beat the British and Irish Lions. And again, coming into this year, there were many doubts over Sia's fitness and ability to go to the World Cup after suffering an injury that should have kept him out of the game for at least 9 months. But the miracle of the ancestors of those who have come before me in South Africa, the likes of Tatu Nelson Mandela, the likes of Otatu Tenkaito. Siam Tanda Kodis was able to recover within 4 months and lead his team, taking the toughest route by any team to have ever won a Rugby World Cup. They lost their pool game to Ireland, which was then the #1 team in the world.